This is More Than Sports. Now, here's your host, Rick Rowling.
Well, good day, everybody. We're pretty excited today. We have with us my good friend Abraham Kimtai from Kenya.
Kenya,
And
thank
welcome,
you.
my friend.
Thank you so
Karibu.
much, sir. It's good to be here.
All
Asante.
right. Yeah. Pastor Abraham is a young guy. He pastors, started a church this past year, works with Bishop Okinda in the PEFA office. We've just become really good friends, and so he's here in the studio today, and we thought while he's here, he should talk to us about things that are going on in Kenya and the need especially of reaching young people. So, Brother Abraham.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's good to have you here. How's your time in America?
Thank you so much. It's so exciting to be here. I mean, the leaves are falling, so I mean, it's fall. It's so beautiful.
It is. You don't get that in Kenya, do you?
No. It's all round.
Yeah. When it's always summer, you don't appreciate it, do you?
Yeah, I don't.
So, well, very good. Well, hey, we wanted to. You, of course, as a young guy, you're an athlete. You play lots of sports, right?
Yes, I do. One of my very exciting sports is volleyball, and then I also played football. You call it in America soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my very exciting sports.
The whole world calls it football, and for some reason we decided let's call it soccer.
We need to talk about that, but then we've accepted and we moved on.
But you are an athlete and you've played a lot of sports. Could you just tell us this though? Because you, in your area, let's say in your region, are there many opportunities for young people to play sports for the people in high school and college age?
Thank you so much. To answer that, Rick, the truth of the matter is there are so many excited young people who would really want to engage in sports, but I don't think there are enough opportunities for them to do that. Right. They may not have enough equipment, they may not have enough playgrounds, and there's not much of enough environment to do that. But they really want to do that, and I will delve into that a little bit by talking about, as a matter of fact, if you go to Kenya today, you realize that there are really a lot of young people. A research was done recently, and there were almost 75% of guys who are 35 and below who are engaged in, let me talk about it and just say this, who are engaged in betting.
Okay, sure.
They love betting. I mean, they are following these sports so much. Yeah. They are following soccer. They are fans of these different kind of clubs. I mean, they are following basketball. They are following all sorts of sports. And recently the government shut some of those farms down, and praise God to that. But it didn't go well with them because they're really so much into them. Yeah. That shows the passion and the desire for them to really engage in sports.
Well, and what we have, and this is what we deal with even with the ISA, is that sports is a spirit behind it. It's become a god. And playing a sport or watching a sport is neutral, but you can attach to that spirit. So people are gravitating that way. So we really believe you can redeem those. And the people who are passionate toward that can learn truth of Christ and turn passionate toward Him. Amen. And so there's got to be, but you use that as a hook to get them in that. So talk about young people. What's young people like in your area? What are you seeing in Kenya? I mean, I know there's a huge need. What's happening?
I would tell you this, there's really a huge need and a big need for sure. And me being a young person, I'll tell you this, if you bring a ball on the road today, if I find you with a ball, soccer ball, dribbling it, I would probably join you. And before you know, we will have a conversation. And I'm sure by now you know I get into talking to people. Right. And that's exactly what happens. There is really a very huge opportunity to reach out to these young people. Number one, we can use sports as a rehabilitation function. We can use it to rehabilitate some of these young people that we've talked to who have really engaged in betting, and they're addicted into betting, and it's really ruining their lives. Yeah. We can use this to bring them back into this realization of what really sport is about to be, and not what the devil is using to terrorize and just mislead their lives. So there's really a huge opportunity to use sport as a rehabilitation tool. Number two, we can also use sports, where I come from, to nurture talents. To bring, this becomes an opportunity for them.
You're saying nurture talent.
Yes,
right?
to
Take
nurture.
Talent and nurture.
Yes, to build their talent. Let me tell you, we got very brilliantly and just talented young people.
Oh my goodness, some of the best athletes.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, they're there.
Yep.
But man, let me tell you, the truth of the matter is they've never had an opportunity to develop that talent.
Right.
It's just shattered. And what most of them do is, because they may not have so much education and yet they got a talent, they go back there and they just into all sorts of stuff. They are drinking. They are into all sorts of the wrong things in the society. They are in the wrong side of the law.
Yeah.
And yet they have a gift in what I call the talent.
Right.
They can play football. They can play volleyball. I mean, I got so many that I know, guys who've just done this thing. They've played football in their lives. When they were in high school, for example, went up to the nationals, but they are drinking right now.
Right. And so they lost focus.
They lost focus.
Because they didn't have a purpose for life. And this is where the gospel comes in.
Yep.
See, when somebody gets a hold of Jesus,
yep,
now they take the God-given talent,
yes,
and they can use it without squandering it
yes,
in the foolish things.
Yes, yes.
So I mean, that's really what you're like in your area, in your city.
Yes.
You want to get to the heart of these young people, right?
That's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you, I'm a young person. I told you the other time, I'm 3 in 1. I am a young pastor. I am a young man. I mean,
what's the third one? That's only 2 in 1.
I am a young pastor. I am a youth. And the third one is, I am a young youth pastor. I want to reach out to these young people. The truth of the matter is they really touched my heart, because the truth of the matter is today, right, currently in Kenya, we have so many youth. I would put it at 65% of the total population.
Oh, I think it's 65%. It's like under the age of 20 or 25, isn't it? It's such a high. Yeah.
It's such a high number. And you see, even when you watch the political, the political triadics of my country, right, the young people are always the ones who have the deciding power. And they have really been misused for a long time. I mean, what I'm saying is these young people really carry a huge stake in the society, in the making of my nation tomorrow.
Yep.
And if we don't begin to bridge to them, if we don't take the gospel to these young people, the devil will take the advantage of that. And my country, before we know, will be headed in the total wrong direction.
Right.
Because then the devil will take them into all these wrong things. Yeah. I mean, so, and I believe if I have an opportunity to reach out to them, sports is one of the key areas that I can begin a conversation with any young person in Kenya, and they don't feel like, what are you talking about? Right. They will be ready to engage.
And see, when people hear and they experience the real Jesus, they come to him. But there's a disconnect, and I see it when I'm with them. You know it. It's not there. They're not coming to your Bible studies. They're not coming to, the worship services. But boy, if they can get in there and taste and see the Lord.
Yep. That's it. The truth of the matter is, Pastor Rick, we got to get some common ground if we are going to have a conversation.
Right.
But then the truth of the matter is the church back home, where, for example, let me talk of where I come from, is more of, it's structured to take care of people who really know where they want to go. And so these guys can't come to my Bible studies. They can't come to the church because there are no common grounds.
Yeah.
I mean, there are no common grounds, but if we have the football, if we have the volleyball, if we have the basketball, if we have all sorts of these games, that will be the table for us to begin a conversation. Yeah. It gives me the opportunity to begin a relationship with these guys. Right. And in between then, I bring the gospel. I show them the truth of life. Right. And I believe that would really be...
Well, you hit it. The common ground is what is needed. And worldwide, we're losing that common ground. Yep. And we've got to, when Jesus in John chapter 4 ministered to the woman at the well, he was at the well. And she was at the well. Yep. And there was a need to be at the well.
Oh, yeah.
But he reached her on a spiritual way.
Yes.
She got touched and saved, and her whole village, right? But what did it take? It took the well.
Oh, yeah.
We always say we need a watering hole.
Yes.
We need a well. We need the common
Yes.
ground, and something's got to be the common ground. If we don't have
Yes.
the watering hole,
Yep.
we have no message. We have no message. No method to get the message across.
That's the truth of the matter.
So you're really looking to, how do I get this for? If you're dealing with think about this. If you're dealing with a nation with 60, 70% under the age of whatever, 25 or whatever it would be.
Yes.
It's going to take about 10 to 20 years, and your whole nation could be completely different.
That's what I'm talking
Just
about.
in a couple of decades.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. We got to do something. And as you said, the moment we begin to do something, the truth of the matter is, then we will be laying a foundation and taking the nation to the right direction. And I believe you understand, or you've heard about the Kenyan politics. They are so volatile.
Yeah, they're a little bit passionate.
But the truth of the matter is, sports knows no tribe.
Right.
Sports knows no boundary.
Yeah.
I mean, we all go to watch football. It doesn't matter you're Luo, I'm a Kikuyu. We both fans of Chelsea. We both fans of Man
Yeah, but
Manchester.
what if I'm a Manchester fan? Then we're not friends.
No, we are friends. Actually, what we do is, now, I'll be so much celebrating when we beat you. And we'll still come back tomorrow and actually still continue the conversation of how we beat you. We will always even find, opportunities to talk about how we did beat you. That's the truth of the matter.
Listen, I didn't play any sport. Suddenly I'm the loser.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, sports knows no ground or background.
Yeah.
It has no boundary. And with the kind of the political structures in my country and the vulnerability, the vulnerability of it, and the way it's so much volatile, and sports for sure is that one way that we can reach.
It brings people together, incredible, which is such a beautiful thing, because that's what the gospel does.
That's
the gospel
what I'm saying.
there's no tribal boundaries to the message of Jesus. There's no national boundaries. There no linguistic boundaries. There's no boundaries to it. And so when we break through those barriers, Jesus can come alive on the thing.
I just want to bring one more thing. I think we're really so passionate about sports in Kenya. That's the truth of the matter. For example, if you come to my village, not everybody has a TV. Yeah, it's not everybody has electricity. So, but then if there's a game that is being played, for example, a football game being played at 11 p.m., guys will travel. They will take motorcycles to go and watch. They will be awake up to 2 p.m. They're coming 2 a.m. coming back home at 2 a.m. at night from watching a game. That's how passionate they are about
Well,
games.
you just had the gentleman broke the 2-hour marathon. You happen to be an American, but what a crazy time your country went through.
And I had to really watch that marathon myself around 1 a.m. I had to stream it live. That's how passionate we are about sports. Right. And it happened to come from around my place. I'm so excited about that.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it's so obvious, the ability to, the heart is eternally have lives changed through the gospel of Jesus, right?
Yes.
But we've got to have some way to connect them.
Somewhere to
got to be some language to speak.
Somewhere to begin.
Bring them to a common ground, whatever it is. Throw a ball here. Suddenly, then now you're talking and you're getting to deeper issues in their life.
Yep.
And you're seeing people get touched by the Lord and seeing them get saved.
Oh, amen. I just want to give you a quick illustration. My small church in a place, it's in Kericho County, a place called Kelelwa. You can always come there. We had a very small tournament. We just decided, okay, we got to put in 5,000 shillings. I don't know what's that in dollars.
It's $50.
$50. So we were like, let's put, that would be that is actually literally what we said was going to be the grand, gift for the winner.
Yeah.
And we got some balls. And man, in the church alone, I had like 3 teams.
Okay.
In that church, within my locality, I had like 3 teams.
Yeah.
And I had so many young people that I don't see in church come to play.
Absolutely.
They never missed practice. They were always there on time.
Right.
And they were around that field every other afternoon.
Yep.
It was a great time, for sure. It was a great time.
And so the result of that, you were able to develop relationships with these guys?
Yes. Today, some of them are in the church.
Right.
They are our youth.
Right.
I mean, they're all over there. Sundays, they're in church, midweek meetings, they're there, youth services, they're there, simply because of this one language that we had to begin somewhere.
Yep.
The language of a sport.
Yeah.
And when we got there, they got to listen.
Yep. So you took $50, bought some footballs,
yes,
and boom, you suddenly reached all these young people.
We had so many of them.
Right.
And let me tell you, we couldn't even, continue recruiting all the teams because there were so many.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what? We don't have really all that will take to do this thing. Yeah. Let's just...
And see, this is the type of thing. So as we come alongside you, we can expand that, and you reach more people, and then it's all your work, and you've got the passion, and you've got the drive. And listen, Kenyans can evangelize, can't you?
That's what I'm talking about, man. I see ISA, and I was like, I remember talking to you about it. I think I've talked to you, I don't know how many times about this, because I'm excited. I saw what you did in Kerugoya. I saw what's happening in Gitali. And I'm like, this is exactly what I need.
Yeah.
This is one of my evangelism tools, bringing these young people to Christ. And not only that, but also imparting and empowering their lives.
Man, come on. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Praise God.
So.
Hey, if you like what you're hearing on the More Than Sports podcast, there's lots more episodes and notes. And you can listen again and share with your friends. And here's how you go. You go to morethansports.net. Morethansports.net. You'll see a lot of things there. If you do now, we're giving away some gear. Got some long sleeve t-shirts we're giving away and some other things. And so we certainly appreciate your support and sharing this and letting people know about it. Check us out, morethansports.net from the International Sports Academy. We appreciate your viewership.